We have to assume the first thing a government official tells us during a crisis is a lie. President Ronald Reagan nailed it.
The 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help."
And today, if you question the government, they call you a conspiracy theorist. And this has been a tool since the Cold War. If you thought Oswald wasn't a lone gunman, they called you a crackpot. Later, if you thought the FBI spied on Trump, you were Putin's puppet. And then came COVID-19. If you didn't like that the government shut down your business, you were branded an outlaw. If you didn't think mask mandates worked, you were called a murderer. And if you thought the Wuhan virus might have come from a lab in Wuhan that made viruses, the government called you crazy. They even censored you. The virus had to have come from a wet market.
The sequences in bats as they evolve and the mutations that it took to get to the point where it is now is totally consistent with a jump of a species from an animal to a human.
Many of us feel that it is more likely that this is a natural occurrence, as has happened with SARS-CoV-1, where it goes from an animal reservoir to a human. We still don't know what the origin is. It is more likely to be a natural jumping of species from an animal reservoir to a human.
But the first liberals who dared to think logically were the comedians.
There's a novel respiratory coronavirus overtaking Wuhan, China. What do we do? Oh, you know who we could ask? The Wuhan Novel Respiratory Coronavirus Lab. The disease is the same name as the lab. That's just a little too weird, don't you think? There's been an outbreak of chocolatey goodness near Hershey, Pennsylvania. What do you think happened? Like, oh, I don't know, maybe a steam shovel mated with a cocoa bean. Or it's the chocolate factory.
But if you connect the dots, you're fringe. But if you believe in the government lies, you're a patriot. It's better to be wrong with others than right and alone. So Americans swallowed the lies for social acceptance. The worst part for them was when Trump came out and said it.
Have you seen anything at this point that gives you a high degree of confidence that the Wuhan Institute of Virology was the origin of this virus?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And I think that the World Health Organization should be ashamed of themselves because they're like the public relations agency for China. They shouldn't be making excuses when people make horrible mistakes, especially mistakes that are causing hundreds of thousands of people around the world to die.
Well, like everything else from the pandemic, the conspiracies were true. This weekend, Biden's Department of Energy just dropped this bombshell that they believe that COVID-19 came from a Chinese lab leak. Now, this belief would have gotten the Department of Energy thrown off of Twitter 3 years ago, fact-checked into a pit of shame, but the statute of conspiracy limitations is passed, so we can tell the truth now. The money's already been made. The question is why? Why was the lab leak scandalized? Well, because the U.S. government was funding gain-of-function research in Wuhan. The research was too dangerous to do it here, so we offshored it to China. Companies like Pfizer use gain-of-function to make stronger vaccines. And Fauci funneled the money through cutouts and then blamed it on a bunch of dirty animals when the sloppy lab leaked. Now, I mean, the United States trained Bat Lady. We literally trained this woman, the Chinese scientist who was monkeying around with these viruses. Another reason to cover it up was that we were using this money as a window into China's bioweapons research. It gave the CIA visibility inside the Chinese military under scientific cover. But when it all blew up in our faces, the cover-up went like this. Fauci had his fingerprints all over this thing, and he was America's top doc, remember? He was Dr. Lockdown. We had to believe everything he said. The country wouldn't listen to him if we knew he was complicit. And Rand Paul has the documents that show Fauci knew early on it was a lab leak and re-engineered it into a wet market. Now, China was in on the cover-up, too. They arrested their scientists and destroyed lab evidence. But surprisingly, China continued to allow wet markets to flourish all over their soil. And big tech quickly realized that the lockdowns would make them rich, and Fauci was their golden ticket. Because what did he do? He told every American, stay inside of your home and stare into your iPhone, order Netflix and Amazon all day until Pfizer's vaccines are ready. And you're not going to need just one, but probably two, and most likely three. We know Trump's not going to mandate it, so we have to get the big guy in there. Mr. Mandate, Joe Biden, had to be president because you either get the jab or he fires you. So this was a get-rich-quick scheme that Hollywood produced so many movies about, they couldn't not recognize it.
Oh, yeah, I was telling you about that script. So the movie goes like this. The biggest drug cartels in the world get together and buy up all the media and all the politicians and force all the people in the world to stay locked in their homes, and people can only come out if they take the cartel's drugs and keep taking them over and over. I threw the script away. I mean, who is going to believe that crazy idea, being forced to do drugs?
Liberals used to question Big Pharma, but if you question them now, you're way out of line. Doesn't matter if the vaccines didn't work the way they sold it. They didn't stop transmission. Don't eat healthy or exercise in the sun. There's no money in that. Stay inside and order Seamless and get triple boosted. Now, the corporate media is still trying to scandalize free thinkers 3 years after COVID. The Daily Beast and Rolling Stone magazine put out headlines like these saying, Woody Harrelson spews anti-vax conspiracies in rambling SNL monologue. Rolling Stone used to do anti-establishment rock and roll journalism, and now they shill for Big Pharma. But you can't scandalize Woody Harrelson. He's Woody.
The last people I would trust with my health is Big Pharma and big government, because neither one of those strike me as caring entities. They're all about profit.
And both sides know that.
It's obscene, the profit they've made. There was only one thing that could work, and that's the vaccine, right? And so ultimately, because of that, billions of dollars was made.
Woody's barefoot. How are liberals not listening to him? And when did journalists forget that businesses exist to make a profit? Remember, if you didn't want the vaccine because you had already had COVID, you had natural immunity. No, sorry, you're fired if you don't get the shot. But now the big study comes out and says natural immunity offers better protection than the shot. Well, why do you think they suppressed that? Because they wouldn't have made record profits. Government doctors like Fauci didn't care because they were getting paid millions in royalties. Moderna paid Fauci's NIH $400 million in royalties off the vaccine sales. Vaccines that the government mandated and vaccines that the taxpayers, us, funded. Fauci gets royalties for lying about natural immunity, and you get nothing for having it. It was about money the whole time. Corporate America fell in line, can't rock the boat with China and blame the lab leak. It was political, too. You can't stir up anti-Chinese passions on the eve of the election. That's just going to get Trump reelected. And the CIA needed Trump out of there. He wasn't the CIA's guy. That was clear. The CIA needed the big guy in there. They already had Joe by the you-know-what over the laptop, and they had plans for Ukraine. And they had to cover up the bioweapons window. Those grants were buying them. So all of these powerful interests all lined up and conspired to lie to us for money and for power. You know the real reason this lab leak theory is coming out of the Biden administration now? Because China is considering selling weapons to Russia for the war in Ukraine. So this is the U.S. government saying, oh, yeah? If you're going to try that, Beijing, we're pinning the lab leak on you. China doesn't want that. We'll probably never know the whole truth about anything, but we do know the government lies about everything. And you start to realize conspiracy theories are anything that threatens corporate profits.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.